Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AskReddit. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Extroverts who ask others, why are you so quiet? What kind of response are you looking for? One of my favorite surgeons is very quiet. Story told about him by another surgeon when he was a resident. Resident kept trying to ask about his kids, his holidays, making chit-chat. Surgeon says, I'm comfortable with uncomfortable silences. End of conversation. I'm comfortable with uncomfortable silences. His poor kids must have been an awkward holiday. Sounds like the type of expert who would be on this site instead of something like Reddit. I just came to say, please stop asking people why they're quiet, they're shy or nervous or worried or something. Ask them a question they can answer. Like, what do you think? Or did you see? But enough about me, how are you finding? What did you do at the weekend? What have you planned for this weekend? How's your dog doing? I like this answer a lot. I hope it's okay to add that if you pull that individual off to the side and have a slightly more private, one-on-one conversation and ask them those questions, maybe that could work too. I'm incredibly introverted and don't like being asked, why are you so quiet, in a large group setting. It's easier for me to have more one-on-one convos on an individual basis. I really do like to listen to what other people have to say and get to know them that way. People ask that because they think that if someone's quiet it means they don't like them. It's insecurity, they're fishing for the quiet person to suit their ego by making an excuse. Or possibly coping with their own discomfort by spreading it around. Asking someone why are you so quiet is a surefire way to make them uncomfortable. All types of people do this sometimes, but when extroverts make people uncomfortable because they're not also acting extroverted, it's the most annoying variety. I'm an extrovert with anxiety. It is so much fun. I ask that question cause I'm terrified that I'm annoying the person, they are not interested, or they just don't like me. We ask why you are quiet cause to us when we are quiet we aren't involved, and can make us feel bored and left out. It is not, at least in my case, a shaming function to get you to talk more. It more we might be interested in what you have to say and want to make sure you are having fun. It could be worded better, but then sometimes you sound like a boss with phrases like Jim, what are your thoughts on the matter, or Becca seems quiet, I'm wondering what your opinion is. Some of the best answers I've heard that at least helps my anxiety have been I'm just enjoying listening to the conversation, or I'm not familiar with this topic, but I'm glad to be learning new items. You made a mistake asking Reddit this question. We're all introverts. I was thinking something similar. Some extroverts want engagement in conversation, others get uncomfortable in comfortable silence. It's okay to point that out in dialogue between friends. It takes effort for extroverts to play the pauses, so to speak. Bruh, extroverts use Reddit. Reddit is a massive, mainstream website now. Everyone and their mother is on here. I think there is a common misconception that introverts are rude and standoffish. It's hard for some people to be social, and that's perfectly okay. Maybe just a smile and a friendly I don't know, that's just the way I am should work. That's just the way I am, I just don't talk much, I'm a person of few words, go on, I've used dozens of times, and it has never ever worked, not even a single time. People harass and pressure until I finally decide to leave and deemed once again as rude or stuck up. You're honestly a shitty type of person if you ask this question. It only makes the person uncomfortable, and a surefire way to get them to not talk to you. I hate when they follow it up with a command to smile. Why are you quiet? Smile. OMG. It makes me want to punch some people in the face. It's just horrible, and I feel like some people do this just to scratch their ego. Worked as a waiter this summer, and this was literally every day, until they blessedly fired me after 5 weeks of suffering and like twice the hours I asked for. They're probably curious and are interested in learning more about who you are as an individual. I tell them that I like to observe and listen to learn about people in the same way they speak and interact in order to achieve the same. They're just selfish assholes and don't respect my own perception of the world. Yeah, I'd ask if they're quiet cause I think something's bothering them, but fuck me for caring. As the older introvert, 40s, I can tell you 100% of the time they either just want to chat because that's what they like to do, or they want you to lead the conversation so they can cut you off and tell you why you're wrong, then switch the conversation to whatever they actually wanted to talk about. Maybe they're just self-conscious about always leading the conversation. Maybe they're just an ass. Maybe they're egomaniac. Maybe they just have no manners, but them's how it works. Because I am. If you knew me, this would not be a question. I was in a long relationship with someone who could not stand silence, and would never stop talking. This resulted in a complete breakdown of communication because what was being said was always filler and never quality. I speak when there's something to say and expect to be listened to. Some people speak as a performance and don't understand why others don't perform the same way. When there's constant talking, information is not exchanged because talking just becomes constant empty noise. Well said, my man, I'm the same way. Why are you so talkative? Oh, sorry, the question was for extroverts. Empathy is a really hard thing. Most often people asking that question just don't have it, they are thinking of themselves, and don't care what response they get as long as they get one. It's not even selfish really though, I'm sure sometimes it could be, but most often, people just don't know any better. If someone does that to you or you see someone do it to someone else, just speak up and tell that person it ain't a great question, force the change you want in the world, especially the little things that are in your control. Not an extrovert, but if I get that asked to me I'll just stare at them. Would you expect an answer? Introvert here, seems pretty easy to figure out, no? Imagine you're an extrovert. Your natural instinct is to seek out other people, to be around them, interact with them, etc. It makes them feel good and gives them energy. If that is your frame of reference, then it makes sense that someone who doesn't act the same way must have something wrong with it, right? I found that 90% of the times they're just checking if you're good. Thank you. Most people will ask because they are trying to engage you the best way they know how, by talking and asking questions. I'm an extrovert married to an introvert, and Reddit has this weird obsession about bashing extroverts for some reason. You don't have to be a jerk because someone is trying to get you involved. On the flip side, as an extrovert you need to be able to read the room and not push people into uncomfortable positions. I was raised by librarians. People do this shit to me all the time. Like you're awful quiet, or you don't say much. Like no fucking shit, what do you expect me to say? Do you just feel the need to berate me for not verbally engaging you constantly? Hard to talk with a lamp all the way up my asshole. I am not quiet, but just the way I am. I would never ask someone this, but I am the kind of person who struggles not to keep trying to engage someone who is quiet. I think it's because in my family, silence equals anger/resentment/attempt to punish. When people are silent, I think they are angry or don't like me. It would really help me to get a warm smile, and it's okay. I enjoy being with you. I just like being together quietly. The problem is usually the extrovert assumes the introvert is broken and needs to be fixed. That's the problem. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool, than open your mouth and remove all doubt. I used to ask people this question, but have since transitioned to asking them, what do you think? It gives the introvert a chance to speak freely without feeling like they are interrupting. I used to be very introverted, so I know the struggle. When I notice someone showing signs of wanting to talk, but being overtaken by louder and more forward people, I do what I can to slow down the conversation enough for them to have their chance. That said, introverts really just need to learn that extroverted people usually don't care about you jumping into a conversation. So long as you don't start talking over someone, you don't try to command the spotlight, or try to change the subject in an unnatural way, you won't step on any toes. Many extroverts thrive when they have a lot of potential conversations going on. If they really want to focus on only one they find interesting, they will pull that person aside to talk to them without as much background noise. I don't know if this helps you, OP, but as an actual adult extrovert, I'll give you my 2 cents. First, I don't ever ask why someone is so quiet. That's rude. However, I'll intentionally interact with people who look like they're uncomfortable or distancing themselves from others. I want everyone at the party/group event/dinner/whatever to have a good time. I was a shy kid with an inferiority complex, and I don't ever want someone that I'm socialized with to feel that way. If I see someone hanging back, I'll go talk to him. I'll ask questions that get him talking about himself. If after a few minutes I get a vibe that he's perfectly happy just hanging around the edge of the group and doesn't really want to interact, I'll keep it brief and move on. It helps that my best friend and my very nice boss are introverts. And they've explained to me that there's a difference between being introverted versus shy versus socially awkward. The shy or socially awkward people seem to appreciate being approached individually or included in group conversations. I always make sure to ask them questions if we're standing around in a circle talking, but they never have a chance to contribute. Introverts, on the other hand, don't have the energy to engage with lots of people and/or for a long period of time. With people who I know are introverts, I'll ask if they're doing okay, if they want to leave, if they need a wingman to help them exit graciously, if they'd like me to sit with them for a while or if they'd rather be left alone, if they want to or a run to the snack table or to refill drinks, etc. Why are you so loud? I'm so confident, I don't have to yammer just to fill silence. They hate having their confidence questioned, lol. Because I want to make sure that you're having a good time. I also am checking to see if there is something I can do or not do that would make you more comfortable. Ultimately, I am trying to be inclusive, but it can come off as being pushy. Then ask them about their input rather than ask why they're quiet. That will just make them uncomfortable and less likely to talk to you specifically. I'm not sure that confronting someone during a social situation with something that may or may not be true, the person you're talking to may not think they're being quiet, is going to make them more comfortable. Some of us are just like golden retrievers. The possibility of everything not being wonderful and awesome is a foreign concept, and asking that question is just us being curious as to why you don't look like you are feeling like everything is wonderful and awesome right now. Man, that sounds like a nice existence. I'm glad things are like that for you. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.